What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to kind of talk about money a little bit. It's a little different than what I normally talk about on my channel, but I feel like it is a topic that does deserve to be spoken on. So I think obviously with Christmas just passed a couple days ago, right? A lot of people spending money on gifts and all that stuff, and I kind of wanted to talk about that in just terms of just what people decide to spend their money on. Now, in no way am I telling you what to spend your money on or what not to. That's not what kind of video this is, right? I just want to more make just a general video about it because I do think it affects a lot of people, right? I think I was reading a statistic the other day that 78% of the population lives paycheck to paycheck, right? So that's about 4 out of every 5 people. So it is something that does affect a lot of people. So what I kind of want to talk about is just spending habits in general. I think a lot of times with those, we don't really ever even question why we're buying what we're buying, right? So a lot of times we'll just go buy something and we don't even like have a second thought about it of like, do I really enjoy this? Am I just buying this, because, I want to feel good in the moment, kind of thing. Or even with stuff like a bigger purchases, like new cars, and house, right? A lot of times people buy those things and it's kind of like a stepping stone, I guess you could say, to like success, right? When I have the nice car, I made it, right? When I get the house that I want in my dreams, I made it, I'm successful. And I think a lot of times it hurts more people than it helps. Because what ends up happening is you buy something, say a new car, right? Let's stick with that example, right? You buy the new car, you drive around for a couple weeks or maybe a couple months, right? And then eventually it just becomes the car, right? And now you don't get the same enthusiasm you did when you first bought it, but yet you still have the other 5 more years of payments, right? And I think as you start to own the car longer, you start to realize like, oh man, it's just a car, like, now if you're a car person, it's a little different, right? You actually genuinely enjoy the aspect of just owning that particular car, or, buying and selling cars like my older brother does, right? He buys a lot of cars. He's driven a bunch of cars because he's a car guy, right? But a lot of times people who are not car people, right, you'll buy a nice car for that reason. And, I just want to kind of give advice at kind of what I do with my own life, right? Because I don't want to tell anybody what to do or how to do it, right? Just kind of giving my personal experience, and hopefully it helps others, right? So for me, when I'm going to make a purchase, big or small, right, I always try to look at like, why do I want it? Why am I getting it? And just making sure that I am actually buying something because I want to buy it, right? Or even a vacation, right? Or anything that's, even large or small purchase. Why are you purchasing that? And I think a lot of times it's helped me to not buy things that were really not important to me, right? Maybe I saw something, and I'm like, oh, that would be cool to have. But then I start thinking about it for a little bit. I'm like, I don't really need it, right? And obviously, like all the companies that sell stuff, right, they get paid, they pay advertisers to, marketing dollars and all that stuff to get people to buy their product, right? That's what they do, right? So they're good at that for a reason, right? That's why they spend all the money. So I think if you were to just really question why you're going to get or purchase whatever it is, I think that would help. And I really think that's kind of the first step that's not really talked about in terms of, everyone talks about you got to set up a budget first, right? And I think what scares a lot of people into setting up a budget is they already know that they're spending money on stuff that they shouldn't, and they don't want to like tackle that, right? They don't want to say, oh, okay, well, I'm spending all this money on this and I don't want to stop it, but if I write it down, it'll make me feel bad, right? So that's what stops a lot of people doing a budget, right? Because doing a budget is actually really simple, right? You write down your expenses, your income, right? And it's pretty simple. Then you see what number's left over, if there is a positive number at all. And I think that's the part that kind of stops people. So I just kind of want to make a video kind of shorter. Didn't want to make it too long. If I would give you advice, if you are listening still and you're still watching, even though it's only 5 minutes, you're still watching, I just want to say that I think that you know, really start to like think about, and you don't have to do it in a negative way. Just say, hey, you know, why do I buy this, you know, item? Why do I feel the need to go shopping, you know, today, right? If today's the day that you want to go shopping, say, why do I need to go shopping? Do I really need this stuff that I'm about to buy? Or is it stuff that I just want, right? If it's stuff that I want, why do I want them, right? Do I want them to make myself feel better? Am I feeling bad? So it's more of like questioning, like, why would buying clothes or whatever it is make you feel better? You know, and really try to work on that aspect, because I think once that is all done, and not all done, right? It's a constant work in progress, but once you get to that place where you're always kind of, I guess, screening stuff that you buy, right? You're always making sure that when you purchase it, it is something that you are going to use or want, or something that genuinely makes you happy, kind of thing. Like I said, short video. Maybe I'll talk about money more in depth, or maybe even a budget, so to speak, in another video. Just kind of want to make this one a little shorter today. Just, you know, really get you thinking. If you're still watching, like I said, just get you thinking on, you know, what you spend your money on and why you spend it on it, okay? Thanks again so much for watching. Like I said, if you liked the video, make sure to like the video and please subscribe. And then I'll see you guys in the next one.